September the 26th, day number 2 of the Epicenter 2010 concert. It's going to be the Auto Club Speedway in Fontana. A little band called Blink-182 is making their only North American concert appearance of 2010. Mark and Tom from the band, ladies and gentlemen, joining us in the studio on the Kevin and Bean Show right now. How lazy a band are you with one concert in the whole continent in a year?
We just want to get it right. We want to do it right. It takes quite a lot of rehearsal.
You're working on a new album, right? Is that
yes.
What's taking up your time?
We have officially started the new Blink-182 album, and it is really exciting. We have a few. I mean, we got this show. We're also going to Europe, so there's a few things that are happening during this. So we're a little clustered right now and busy, but it has started.
So how far are you into it? Like 5%, 25%?
It's hard to say that because these days we started on that last record we did. We work a long period of time on it to try and get it right. So I'm thinking like we're about 80% done.
Which will translate to 20?
Yeah.
And when you throw some of them out and stuff like that?
Yeah. So, no, this is exciting. No, this is a really exciting time for us. So we have a lot. The band, since we got back together, it's such a larger force than it's ever been. So it's really exciting.
Isn't that amazing? I mean, let's talk about that for a second, because for folks who haven't followed the chronology of the thing, Blink-182 was together for a long time, right? 15 years or something like that before you took the hiatus. And then you were gone, and then for whatever reason, people didn't forget about you. It got bigger and bigger the longer you were gone. And when you came back, I mean, it's been aces since then.
Yeah.
And I also thought since the minute you decided to get back together, and we saw that announcement when you came out on the Grammys and stuff like that, every single day of your life, maybe every single hour, people have said, when is there going to be a new Blink song? That must be the most frustrating part about the whole thing.
Nah, not at all. That's the most ingratiating part about the whole thing, is that even after all this time, people are still wanting to hear music from us. And
why don't you put one out then?
because the thing is,
we get bigger.
I wanted to bring a song this morning just to play, but the thing is now that everybody wants to hear, whatever we do now, it just has to be great. The first thing that we have to do has to be really great. Whereas before, you could throw a song and do a live set or kind of work a new song in or whatever. But now with all this pressure, we just got to be like the song.
Years ago, when we're
just gonna.
You're going to Axl Rose it, aren't you?
No.
The Chinese democracy 20 years from now, you're going to go, it's got to be right.
I know.
No, actually, I think it'd be fun to just put out something fast and fun and silly and whatever, and then have that be the first song.
Take
the pressure off.
Yeah.
You know.
First time you
should make it bad on purpose. You should make it bad on purpose.
We, what's funny is
that's what our first 4 records were. Just breaking our band in.
Done.
Yeah.
Got that.
No, I was just thinking what was funny is what Mark was saying when we had our first big record on Enema of the State when we were much younger. The follow up to that. All the record label guys came in. Remember when all we did was we played them 3 acoustic songs? We've been recording for months this follow-up record, so there's so much pressure. And so we sat them down and we played them 3 acoustic songs that were recorded as though that's what we've been working on for 9 months.
And that's all you had?
And one was about having sex with your mom. One was having sex with Hitler. One was having sex with dogs. And literally their faces dropped they were stunned, And they were all, we were serious about it. We actually
you were serious about it?
Well, we wanted them on the albums, and we had to do a big deal where only one song could go on a certain pressing.
That's hilarious.
Can you play one of those songs?
Well, you know what's funny? You know what? This is a good story for the KROC listeners. So the song about having sex with Hitler, I remember I told. At the time, Smitty, our tour manager, was working with Pearl Jam, or he still is, actually. And so I was hanging out with Stone, the guitar player of Pearl Jam, and I remember I told him about this song. I woke up one day, and it was an answering machine message from him just saying, "Hey, Tom, this is Stone. Well, I was just talking, and, we don't think you should have a song about Hitler on your record." So we eventually changed it to...
having sex with your grandpa, which is a lot...
Yeah.
It's
a lot more tame.
Yeah, a lot more tame.
That's acceptable,
I
think. Right? Somehow, it's way better than Hitler.
It's this kind of strategic thinking has really made our band have a great career.
Let me ask you guys this question. And when you were telling the story about taking the music and having to hear what the label thinks about it, I mean, the same thing happened to Big Boy, who's got that record that just came out this week that I really, really like. And the label said, we don't even want to release this because we don't know what to do with it because it didn't fit our perception. This is the guy from Outkast who's got a solo record. Didn't fit our perception of what it should be. At this point in the world in 2010, do you even need to run anything by anybody? Can't you put whatever you want out yourself and do it exactly your way?
I think so. I guess it depends on how much the label invests in it. But as an artist, if you're established, It's weird. I think with technology and the way the world, I think you can kind of do whatever you want these days. People are making gigantic splashes on the internet by and just doing it themselves. So
I think that's a good thing that you don't necessarily like. As a label, I'd be excited. Like, this is something that we didn't expect from you. This is something new and something. And that album, from what I've heard a few songs. I bought it last night, and it seems great.
Yeah, that's what I think, too.
I'd be excited about that. I'd be like, wow, this is something different and fresh. Let's try something new with this. But I think that a lot of labels are kind of like
labels
stuck in that
headspace. They don't really want surprises. They don't want curveballs.
Yeah. So what is your status? You guys have a record label, and is it your same label as before, or you're doing it more yourself this time, or what's the deal this time around?
We are still on Interscope Records.
You are?
Okay.
Yes, we are.
And they're being good to you. You're happy with them so far?
Yeah, I mean,
because we're prepared to offer you a new deal right here today.
Well, the major the whole album, the whole record industry is it's quite different these days. You have all the distribution is totally different. You have the labels don't have as much money as before, so they don't really have as many resources.
They can't lavish us with gifts and ridiculous requests.
Which actually happened for quite a while.
Yeah, they really let us fly.
Remember there's that. Oh, I remember there was it's funny. I mean, because literally there was one very specific day where we got a call from our manager. He's like, you know what? They're not really going to pay for the private planes anymore. And I remember we were like, what? Outrageous!
This is a travesty. Unbelievable.
We got to take a break. We have plenty more conversation to have from Mark and Tom from the band called Blink 182. Maybe you've heard of them. They're going to be playing Sunday, September 26th. And by the way, this Epicenter 2010 is a crazy-ass weekend out there in Fontucky. I mean, it's unbelievable. Eminem, Kiss, Bush, B.O.B., Papa Roach. Travis, I guess, is doing his own set on Saturday, right? The Travis Barker is going to be doing his own thing out there, in addition to playing with Blink on Sunday. Rise Against, 30 Seconds to Mars, Bad Religion, so much more. We'll talk more with the guys right after this on the Kevin and Bean.